The pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still, we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says knock if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
Microphone check 1 2. If you can hear me in the chat, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat just so I know. In the house, Mark Babin. In the house, Lana Love. In the house, Mistress Newbie. In the house, Serene. In the house, Feisty Black Tina. I'd like to welcome everybody on this smooth Thursday night. We're going to go through a little bit of update news. Here we go.
A hotel settling with Kenneka Jenkins' family for $10 million. Judge connected to the Kenneka Jenkins and Crown Plaza O'Hare.
Shout out to Mistress Newbie, Feisty Black Tina, Karen Ridgway, Gold Reflection.
Lawsuit, which involved the tragic death of a 19-year-old woman found frozen in the suburban Chicago hotel's walk-in freezer in 2017, has revealed the amount reached in the case's settlement. Settlement finalized in August was not made public until October. While the parties involved disclosed the resolution in October, they did not reveal the specific dollar amount. Jenkins' mother, Teresa Martin, did not want the terms of the settlement revealed and
Welcome, Feisty Black Magic.
requested it remain sealed to the public, telling the court revealing the terms would compromise her family's safety. Initially, Judge Thomas Cushing denied her petition, but allowed Martin's attorney to resubmit the request in October. This week, the record was unsealed. Atlanta Black Star with the reporting. Court records show the parties involved in this case settled on $10 million, a considerable reduction from the initial $50 million sought by Martin. Breakdown of the settlement shows Martin will receive more than $3.7 million. Jenkins' half-sister, Leonore Harris, will receive $1.5 million. And brother Kenneth Lee Jenkins will receive $1.2. Funeral expenses for Jenkins' homegoing service conducted in 2017 reimbursed in the amount of $6,000. More than 1,000 people were in attendance for the memorial. Portion of this settlement was allocated to cover legal fees, approximately $3.5 million, designated for attorney fees and costs for Martin's legal representation. Settlement arriving 6 years after the young woman succumbed to hypothermia in the hotel's walk-in freezer, addresses a case the family claimed was marked by security lapses. Jenkins had gone with friends to a party in a room inside the Rosemont, Illinois hotel on the evening of Friday, September 8th, 2017. At some point, the group left the ninth floor hotel room together, but when they
I
got
believe everybody remembers this. This is being brought to you by Indisputable with Rashad Ritchie. Let's keep it going.
to the lobby, the other young women in the group left the inebriated Jenkins there alone as they returned to the room to retrieve personal effects she had left behind. Never saw.
I need to stress something. I know this is going to sound old fogey-ish and boring, but I think really, quite honestly, especially for Black women, getting inebriated, really for anybody in a public setting, puts you into a situation of danger. I would highly recommend not getting highly inebriated, really quite at all. Okay. But, I ain't going to live your life for you. But at least when you're in public, you want to have all the way society is today, you want to have all your faculties. You want to have all of them. You don't want to, you need to watch your own back. Nobody's going to watch it for you. Vice Black Tina Magic, I should say, says this. They drink and pop pills, dangerous combination. Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't know they don't know what the two combos will do. But if you have to do that, do it in the comfort of your own home. If you have to do it, if you just got to do it, best not to do it. But if you got to do it in comfort of your own home with people you only absolutely trust to the utmost. You see what's going on all around you. All these guys doing the roofie kings all over the place, So in fact, let me go to this. This is another thing. Now you think it stopped at Diddy? The Hollywood party doesn't stop.
They got dumb. They got Dominic. Y'all, what am I talking about? Vince Diesel.
I mean, I like to hear more, but bottom line is I think Dom got himself.
Vin Diesel from the Fast and the Furious franchise. Vin Diesel, one of the most talented. Okay, I know I'm putting 20 on 10, but one of the most has one of the biggest franchises consistently in Hollywood. Baby, he has just been taken down in the Diddy movement, right? Me, you, and Diddy too. Y'all, Vin Diesel's ex-assistant is suing him for blankual bad Fabry. I know. Listen, we're trying to get around these YouTube safeguards because you know what? YouTube is the only one that hasn't realized that the whole world is going up in flames, baby. They need to start making sure some of these words are safe words. Anyway, y'all, an ex-assistant claims he blinked her after a hotel party. Y'all, they got Dom. Vin Diesel is facing a lawsuit for allegedly blanking himself on an assistant working with him during production on Fast and Furious. And the woman's claims sound similar to horrible accusations made against Harvey Weinstein.
Uh-oh, here we go. It's like, how should I put it? It sounds like to me, it's like this. This is the importance of, what should I call it? Mental health. cameras tend, cameras are going to be everybody's best friend sooner or later. And the whole barbaric thing is getting really boring. It's getting boring and disgusting and sad to me that every time you turn around, I mean, it's like I don't know what to say. Let me just keep this going.
Y'all, Asta Johnston, Jonathan, I'm sorry, there's too many syllables
Johansson.
in here.
Johansson.
Her name looks like a regular name, but then you're like, wait, where that syllable? What? Why are there so many consonants in this word? Asta Jonathan says she was hired by One Race Films, a production company, to be Vin's assistant while he filmed Fast Five in Georgia back in 2010. If you're wondering why they're bringing this up now, well, it's quite simple. California now has pretty much the same law New York had about opening up blank charges and removing the statute of limitations. The only difference is California's is going to 2026. So ladies and men, you got 2 years to actually get your claim heard in court and hold these people accountable. Again, this hasn't been independently verified. These are her allegations. I am sure Vin Diesel's lawyer is going to come out and says he 100% maintains his innocence.
Yeah, Diddy did it, so why shouldn't Vin do it? At least give it a try, right? That's the whole thing, right? I'm not going to condemn him because I do need to see more.
Be refreshing one day. And I'm not saying Vin is guilty or innocent because we're about to get into this, but be refreshing just one day. If someone says, you know what? You were moving reckless, you were moving crazy, and you did this to me. I want to be refreshing if one day somebody said, yeah, you got me. It was me. You got me, right? But they ain't never going to do that because even if they can't be held accountable in a court of law criminally, they don't even want to pay the money. Okay. So anyway, she was hired to be Vin's assistant while he filmed Fast Five in Georgia back in 2010, according to the docs obtained by TMZ. Asta says she was at Vin's suite at the St. Regis in Atlanta while he was entertaining multiple women. That bald head be getting around, even though let me stop talking about Vin Diesel. But how does somebody that looks a wee bit, just a wee bit like Elmer Fudd, how does that person be pulling? Well, I guess, right? He can really make that be famous because he can cast people in the Fast and Furious franchising. You know, they're going to be Fast and Furious.
I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, so I won't say that much. It's like I've seen some ugly dudes in my life, so I wouldn't say that. I don't know why she's being so picky, but okay.
It's part 516. He ain't letting that cash cow go. Anyway, she claims when the last woman left, Asta was tasked with ushering Vin out of the hotel to avoid photographers. But instead, she says Vin forcibly grabbed her, groped her soft parts, and kissed her, all while still in the suite. And although she struggled to break free, oh my God, he allegedly continued to blank himself on her? What in the world? Asta alleges the assault escalated as Vin lifted up her clothes.
Okay, so her name is Asta what? Hold on one second. I want to see if I can look her up. Hold on. Jonathan. So it was Jonathan. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, she's on there. I guess that's her. I mean, it's not about her. So there she is. She's pretty. She's pretty. But basically, I'm just bringing her up so we know it's a real person and it's not, you know what I mean? So let me get out of this. So, and it's legit. She's definitely on the RD, that legit website which shows you who were the members or the employees of that given movie production. And she most definitely is in there. 5 Days in Memorial, Let It Fall, Los Angeles. Yep. Yep, she's on there. I'm telling you, that's her. So it's like, I did that because I don't want us to turn around and then say, oh, well, look, it was fake or something. So yeah, she's legitimately in the movie field. That's all we want to look for. We're not looking for how she looks or anything like that. We just want to know whether there's a legit chance that this is possible. As you can see, this is IMDb, and they basically do. It's a legitimate movie website that goes over literally almost every employee who has worked a film. Let's go back down all the way to the bottom. 2012, there's a Bachelorette, Bachelor, Shark Tank, Splash, all these other movies. So she was in the mix. It doesn't say anything about okay, related news, and Vin Diesel is on there as well. So this isn't like tabloid stuff going on here. And you want to know what makes it legitimate? Is that one of the biggest movie franchises, though that she probably did work it, is not on her list. Is not on here. Even if you get fired, you might want to put that down. She didn't even want to do that. So to me, that adds a little bit of legitimacy that we have a strong possibility that that's the person and that person was involved. So let's keep playing.
And tried to pull down her stuff that goes under her clothes before pinning her against a wall, grabbing her hand and placing it on his mini Fast and Furious. His erect Fast and Furious. Wow. She says Vin was in his underwear after pulling down his cargo shorts. Listen, I'm not taking away from this woman's pain at all. This is very, 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 very.
Let me be blunt. This is messed up. If it's true, it's messed up. And what's weird is I'd say, well, maybe they should make sure to hire men, but men are banging men now, so that doesn't change anything.
Concerning and disturbing things. But can I say that Vin Diesel 100% looks like someone that wears cargo shirts? I don't know why. And this goes to ask this claim. I don't know why if you came in front of me and I was in the jury and I was like, and you're telling me all these horrible things that happened, right? I could see if you are a fan of Fast and Furious 5 or that's being like, I don't know.
Let me pause it right there. I don't want to play her whole film, but you should like and subscribe. The remainder of it is on her website. But I just wanted to get that out there that now it looks like as far as banditry, it looks like Vin Diesel's throwing his hat into the ring, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and throw this on here.
When it comes to the storyline of Black people in America, it has been one of obstacles, triumphs, and oppression.
This is my Comedy Hype, by the way. Very articulate and very well done commentary here. Let's go ahead and listen.
Mainly filled with a reminder of being excluded from the top. Now, many other races had to deal with an identity crisis, the war on drugs, systematic welfare, poor education, poor healthcare, housing discrimination, wealth gaps, and more. This conditioning of a people can create a lack of self-esteem. So when given the opportunity to find a sense of value, it's worth so much more. Hollywood, for a few selected, has become a path to overcome the obstacles just mentioned. However, it appears that being Black in Hollywood comes with a hidden contract, the one strike rule. In 2019, Jonathan Majors would find himself in the lineup of up-and-coming leading Black actors when he would hit the screens in the Joe Talbot film, The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Soon after, he would then star in the HBO series Lovecraft Country, followed by Netflix's The Five Bloods and The Harder They Fall. At the top of 2023, Jonathan Majors was not only
The Harder They Fall, that was a great movie. I love that movie.
the biggest rising Black actor, but he was easily the hottest upcoming actor by appearing in the hit films Ant-Man and the Wasp and Creed 3 in theaters simultaneously. Majors was on top of the world. Fast forward to December 19, 2023, he would find himself guilty of reckless assault in the third degree and guilty of harassment, with his ex-girlfriend being the victim. And in less than 2 hours after it was announced that he was found guilty, Major then would be fired by his biggest client, Marvel, for the role of Kang in their future projects. This quick firing would spark its own controversy, causing many to point out the hypocrisy of Black superstars versus their counterparts. It appears that second chances don't apply for Black stars in Hollywood.
This is
Unlike
something I have. Oh, let me let this go through.
Hugh Grant, who solicited a prostitute, Vince Vaughn, who was arrested for public fighting, Robert Downey Jr., known for his extensive drug use, Mark Wahlberg, who was arrested for assault, and Sean Penn, who assaulted an extra on set. Despite these examples,
Yeah, Posse was a good movie too. I like that one too.
Majors may have overlooked his warning sign. Before Jonathan Majors, fellow actor Nate Parker would face a similar path, one where his personal life would derail his career. Despite being
There are some similarities between the two men. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what the similarities
being
are?
found not guilty, the one strike rule looks to still have been applied. While promoting his film 2016, Birth of a Nation, the story of Nat Turner, it was revealed that Parker, nearly 17 years before the film in 1999, would be accused of rape, along with co-writer of the film Jean-Michel Celestin at the age of 19, while both were students at Penn State. Parker would later be acquitted after going on trial and received a not guilty verdict. And Celestin would originally be found guilty, but years later that would get overturned after an appeal. As the information of his past began to circulate, it appeared that Parker's path as the next Denzel, due to his roles in films like Pride, The Great Debaters with the real-life Denzel Washington, Red Tails, and Beyond the Lights, was soon coming to a halt. Things would slow down even further when it was revealed that his accuser would kill herself back in 2012. During an interview with Anderson Cooper for 60 Minutes, Parker would face the allegations, but due to his response not being empathetic enough for some, allowed the derailing to push ahead. The following morning, Parker would speak with Robin Roberts to again face the noise, where while slightly annoyed, would again maintain his innocence.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This sequence. I'm not saying he's guilty or not, but I think the sequence here obviously didn't help him if he was innocent. It's interesting. Let's listen closely.
Feel the empathy, that they don't feel that you have any.
Oh, while I'm at it, shout out to Cyber Dreams, Letitia Lovejoy, Mark Babin, Feisty Black Magic, Ellen Ripley. Let's keep it going.
Remorse.
And who are we talking about?
What we're talking about is what happened in 1999. The woman who is now deceased, who took her own life.
I was on 60 Minutes last night. We
Right.
talked about it, 3 days out. I think the important thing is that, this isn't about me. The story of Nat Turner as American people, to know the story about a man who was erased.
Notice how he just went on another topic. He wanted to get off of this as quickly as possible. Remember when they go on these talk shows like this that are staged like this, they pretty much know the script of what they're going to be questioned about. So it's not a surprise or anything. It's like, wow, oh, whoa, why'd you ask me about that? This is his response after he had time to contemplate and respond and think of a response for it. This is it.
History. At some point, I think that that's where our focus should be, especially now.
It can't really be, I'm sorry, it can't just be dismissed what happened. You have to be addressed and then to be able.
And I've addressed it so many times. I addressed did you see the 60 Minutes last night?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I addressed it with Anderson. I talked about that last night. You know what I mean? It's a
not everybody saw last night.
I'm not gonna go right back.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pause it right here. 5C Black Magic breaks it down again. Birth of a Nation was a great movie, but these WWs always mess up their careers, these men's careers. And yes and no. It's the men made the decision. Now it was a bad decision, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they did mess up. I mean, the thing is this is the problem. If I see, quite honestly, these black men can date anybody they want. I don't care. But the problem I have is how in the world do they have so much venom for black women when it seems to me the most of the time when they don't get the judicial result they want, it's usually from a plaintiff who is not black. But they want to bring that smoke to the manosphere. I guarantee you not. You go and look at all the John. It's funny because it's like this. If there's a man and a woman did a man wrong and she's black, these manosphere dudes can't stop. But if it's a non-black woman that gives grief to a black man, crickets. So right there, it tells you what their goal is. Their goal is not against women. It's against specifically black women. And that's why I got a problem, because it has nothing to do with women in general. I think the only woman who's not really, Cardi B, I guess they're saying that she has one drop or something. But for the most part, if you notice, look at how much, here's a perfect example. Blueface. Look how much smoke Christian Rock is getting versus, what's her name? Jaden, whatever it is. Jaden is getting nearly no smoke. Christian Rock is getting more smoke, and that dude is throwing bricks up on her. Can't make this shit up. Here we go.
I was proven innocent, and I'm not going to apologize. For that. I feel terribly about that situation.
For the context of this story, it would be later found out that Parker's accuser would be a white woman named Julia Parker. In reaction to Majors' assault accusations, many would highlight race as a factor on why Majors was in his current situation as well. The history of white women accusing black men of false accusations has been at times seen through history. Parker's decision to not showcase guilt for Hollywood and mainstream media would be a roll of the dice, as it's known that America can better digest black men on their knees. Parker's highly anticipated film would crumble in front of the cameras, as his personal life became the bigger story.
Dang. Birth of a Nation. That should have got more fanfare, but unfortunately, there it goes. Here we go. Lady Rindy, welcome.
As his personal life became the bigger story. The near investment of $17.5 million by Fox Searchlight for Birth of a Nation will be the company's largest investment for a film and would be set up to not make profit due to the controversy. For Hollywood executives, this would add a strike against the once held actor. Parker's narrative would change in an instant from next to next, please. Hollywood has to be remembered as show business, Since its early days when they would invest in stars and control their names, personal lives, and career, Hollywood's intention was to generate and protect their assets, which is why the question of do black stars get a second chance is fair to ask. It is a fact that Parker.
I would say, I mean, basically, no. I mean, it's like this. Oh, I know who she is. She's been in a lot of movies. It's this one right here. I don't know if that's his girlfriend then, but she's an actress too. I don't know if that's the woman that I don't think it is, but let's just see what's happening.
Would be ruled not guilty in a court of law. And even his white counterparts who were found guilty of crimes and accusations seem to have recovered their careers.
Yes, very much so. Right here we have, I can't believe I forgot his damn name. If you guys remember his name, please hit me up. Man, we go. Hold on 1 second. Oh, Downey, Robert Downey Jr. Let's go and see. See what he did. Okay. So he spent a year in jail. Robert Downey. I'm trying to find something that would be neutral. Okay. There he is. So he received a pardon for a drug conviction. I don't see anything about assault or nothing, but this, I hate to say it, but most entertainers get hooked on drugs. So it's hard for me, it's hard for me to it's not really the same as doing something to somebody. I don't know if that's all he did. Let's see what else. Wow. I mean, I can't say what else he did, but he definitely got a second chance. But it took a while. I mean, we're not talking about he made it was like, a 1 or 2 year turnaround. He had disappeared ever since, what was the name of that movie? Way back in the day. Ferris Bueller, I think, wasn't he in that movie? Let's see who was in that. Day Off. That was 1986. Okay, I won't say he was in the movie because I don't see that. But what I will say is that he was hot. Downey Jr. was hot around then. And okay, weird. Let me put up Weird Science. Okay. That's 85. Yeah. So same time. Let's see if he's in it. Let's see, where's the roster at? Yeah. Yeah, Letitia has it right. He was gone for about 20 years. He was gone for a while. So the question is that do in 20 years will these young black men make the same recovery? Yeah, I actually do. If they do the right things, they can. If they do the right things, they can. Will they make as much? No. You're not going to make Downey, probably will never make Downey money anymore. What would you call it? The air you just can't make. As a black man, you should know you cannot. If you don't already know, you should know you can't make the same mistakes other cultures can and recover, like other cultures can. You just have to you just got to put that in your algorithm and call it a day. That's the way it is. Welcome New Diamond in the house. Tanya Sweat is in the house. Letitia Lovejoy in the house. Exactly. You nailed it, Letitia. Black men want to get away with the same negative things white men are accused of. Correct. Let's get that out of the way. You can go ahead and go to court over fairness or whatever, but you're not going to it's not going to happen. It is what it is. Here we go.
And moved on. Parker's last noteworthy film dates back to 2019 for the project American Skin, with a budget of just $5 million and would be given a video on demand release. While promoting the film, Parker would reflect on his response to the controversy. 3 years ago, I was pretty tone deaf to the realities of certain situations that were happening in the climate, and I've had a lot of time to think about that, and I've learned a lot from it. And being tone deaf, there were a lot of people that were hurt in my response in the way I approached
this is gonna sound funny, but I'm gonna kick out a defense for black men who may have not grown up in white neighborhoods, because if you grow up in a white neighborhood or a white city or whatever, you're gonna know what time it is. But if you don't grow up in a Caucasian white neighborhood or a city, you're gonna think you have more rights than you think you do. The laws are not rigid at all. There's a lot of give. So, that's basically the whole thing. Let me keep this going.
I apologize to those people. It appears that Hollywood doesn't go the extra lengths to increase the shelf life of Black stars. Is it because they should be thankful for being at the table, or is it a reflection of the psychology of their consumer, white America, not having empathy for Black failures? Spike Lee, who would work with both stars, would appear to be empathetic to Parker's troubles. In an interview with Variety, Lee would explain why he would decide to continue supporting Parker. He explained to me the growth he had gone through and also the pain. And when he said that, I said, "Come on, brother, I'm with you. That's why I'm here." One user on Nicole would bring everything.
Okay, so basically it's like this, though. Well, she does not look Black there. I don't know who that is. I feel Jonathan Mathers is getting all the roles Nate Parker would have got. I think so. But he went down the same road. So my thing is this. I didn't play this video just to I didn't play the video just to talk about John or Nate. The problem I have is this, is that we seem to see who is giving these men the most, let's say, grief, earned or not. So how did Black women get into the mix? How did they get into the mix? That's what I want to know. How did they get into the mix of disrespect? Here we go.
The movie The Birth of a Nation is already being talked about as this year's Best Picture.
Let me pause that. We've already kind of talked about it. Guess who else? We got
So now we got this woman, Jayden Steele, not to be confused with Blueface's Jaden Alexis. This is Jayden Steele, the woman on the screen, okay? Jayden Steele recently has come forward and stated that she had interactions with the rapper who was really big in the 90s, and he is now an actor. She stated that basically they were at a hotel. He put his hands on her. They got the bumping off in there. She said they towed a room up. Police had to come. Said about 10 cop cars came, and about 5 of them kept coming upstairs asking for her statement, what happened. Said no charges were filed and no official report was made. Since she worked for attorneys at the time, she went and told them, and because they represented the head of his record label, they told her to choose wisely, pick her battles wisely. But she's alleging that Method Man hit her. Now, granted, no name is stated, but it has been all over the internet that she is referring to Method Man. Big artist in the early 90s turned actor.
Yeah. Okay, now this is very interesting. Listen to this. This gentleman is saying, this is from Your Triggered. Do single women want the same type of man? Here we go.
There's so many single women, and it shouldn't be that way. And the reason why it shouldn't be that way is because I know they're getting hollered at. Every woman watching.
Why is it some younger man who dresses funny, who wearing shades so you can't see if he has honest eyes, going to tell the world about what he thinks about single women?
Right now, and every woman that will watch this, you get hollered at. You get dudes who holler at you in public, holler at you on Instagram, wherever. Women get hollered at, point blank, period. But a lot of them are single, which means that, okay, well.
So he's trying to make it seem like being single is a bad thing, when being single means that you might just apt to your partner is peace. I will repeat that. Your partner is peace. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a peaceful household and being by your seat. The funny thing is this, is that, think about it. When they talk about men being single, it's not a big deal. But when women are single, oh, there's something wrong with you. That's the funny part. Mr. Snoopy says this: I am not taking advice from someone who has his pants pulled up to their chest. I know exactly. It's not going to work. And he really think, I mean, anybody could, it's funny. It's just like, look at him.
Why is that? Well, the answer is very simple. The reason why there's so many single women is because they're all looking for the same guy. Well, Alice, what do you mean they're all looking for the same guy? They all want Superman. They want a guy who's in shape, tall, makes money, has good sex.
Oh, here's a man telling women what he thinks women want. It might have been different if he said something like, yeah, I took a poll and the poll showed this. But he's basically just telling you what he thinks. So I assume that he's saying that he's a woman. He might be describing what a certain type of woman wants. But we have seen proof by what we see women with, that's not true. Let me keep it going.
He's funny. He's not a nice guy, but he's a nice guy. He's masculine. He's that, this, blah, blah, blah.
He's talking about something he wants. He's talking about the type of man he wants. I'm serious. He's talking about the type of man he wants, not a woman, but that he wants. I would never tell a woman what she wants. I've seen too many different amazing things. I've seen models date guys who just look regular. I've seen, perfect example, look at Jay-Z. Not the best looking guy in the world. Okay? So what this man is telling you is the type of man he would date if he was a woman. He is not telling you what women think. He is telling you what attracts him. I'm not saying, oh yeah, this guy is gay. No, I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm just telling you that he's telling you the type of men that he's attracted to. He didn't say stats. He didn't say this is where I got the facts from. He didn't say I took a poll. He didn't say I got this from a poll. He is just going right off the top of his head with his sunglasses on and indoors in front of a microphone with some pants that literally go all the way up to his neck. Let me keep it going.
Is that
I really, really, really wish that they would have never gave you Negroes microphones, truthfully, because
this is from your triggered.
It has allowed unintelligent men to have a voice and infect other men with their stupidity. So this man says that there are a lot of single women, and it shouldn't be that way because he knows that these women are getting hollered at. Then he says, well, the reason why they are single is because they want a masculine man who makes money, AKA has a job and has quote unquote good sex and is a nice guy. Excuse me? So women are single because they want a nice guy and you're shaming them for that? Don't y'all say that women should choose better? So why aren't you encouraging men to do better and be better? And then maybe, just maybe, they could get one of those single available women.
Oh, you don't want to do that because then you get called a basher if you tell men to do better. That's what happens. Let's keep it going.
And this is my problem, okay? And I just have to keep it real. A man that has a corset pinstripe suit with leather gloves and sunglasses on in the inside is saying that women's standards are too high? Sir, I can't even take this man seriously because if women are turning him down, I can't say that their standards are too high. I would say that their standards in not choosing him are exactly right where they need to be.
Pause it for a minute. Mr. Snoopy breaks it down like this. Women on YouTube are telling men why we are single, but apparently our input doesn't matter. Yeah, basically, Mr. Snoopy, this is what's going on. These men cannot, most of the men, especially in the manosphere, cannot reach a normal, acceptable level of manhood in so many ways. They cannot give you what a real man, what most other men, which most men like Russell Wilson can give, which is respect, love, admiration, support. They cannot deliver that. So what they need to do is convince women to look for men like them. Not good men, but men like them. Notice he didn't say a good man. He said a nice guy, which can be emulated by any nearby narcissist. But a good man is a good man. There's no other way to to say it. A good man is a good man. Let me keep it going.
My goodness, to be honest, I actually would question any woman's intelligence or mental stability if she were to choose a man like this. He looks just as ridiculous as he sounds. But you know what? He really did expose it all. That deep down inside, men don't want to have to compete for women. They don't want to have to step their game up. They just want.
Mark Babin says this, the women who are turning him down want a high class man and not a man with a high waist. Bars.
And expect a woman to be there simply because they want her. They don't have to be nice. They don't have to be attractive. They don't have to keep their hygiene up. They don't have to make money. They don't even have to like you or treat you with respect. Just the mere fact that they are a male should grant them access to you. And it doesn't work like that. If as a man, you're tired of seeing these single women reject you or they're not paying any attention to you, then you need to do one thing and one thing only. Step your game up.
There it is. If you want respect, become respectable. Again, if you want respect, become respectable. It's that simple. It's that simple.
Become a better man, and you will achieve.
Did he had respect, but he wasn't respectable? Absolutely, you are absolutely right. But he was only respected by those who didn't know them. He was feared by those that knew him because they knew how he was.
Attract what you are. And it's just that simple. But you know what? I digress. If you watch this whole video, I really do appreciate you.
That's right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Not only You're Triggered, but make sure you go there too. But this channel as well. Like and subscribe. But go to You're Triggered. Okay. Let's get this. She's at 32. Let's get it to let's get it to 50. Let's get this number right here, this like number to 50. Let's do that. Now, what does that bring us to next? Come on, Dave. Let's go with this right here. Where is it at?
We got the job. We undisputed. Always be. And we Tauruses, niggas.
What a coincidence. Why am I playing these two guys together? Chris Brown and Jermel Charlo. Why am I doing this?
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, let me pause that for a minute because I need to go to this. I'll tell you why. I'll show you why. I'll tell you why. I'll show you why. I'll tell you why. I'll show you why. Where's it at?
Look.
Oops.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's my stuff.
Why you stopped when the cops came?
I'll take you to the car.
Why did you stop when the cop came?
Look.
Look. You're crazy. What did I do to you?
To my car.
It's fucking
Birds of a feather beat together.
crazy, bro.
I'll take it to my car. I bet every cop around this whole fuck with Charlo.
Yeah, let me go ahead and drop the link. Let me go ahead and drop it just in case somebody wants to come up. I got an early night, so I got to pop this out real quick. Boom, here we go.
Stupid.
You got caught cheating, which I'm like, everything.
I did not get caught
Everything. And I'm not even pissed. I'm not even mad about that.
I ain't gonna front. You know, I consider myself a fan of the Charlo brothers. And it was, you know,
Rena West in the house, Ellen Ripley in the house, Lady Rindy in the house. Welcome, everybody.
It's been hard to watch what's been going on with Jamal Charlo over the last couple of years. But dang, man, this mess that we're seeing with Jamel, just it's hard to call yourself a fan of his, man. What you just got finished watching was a clip of him and his wife, something she put out on her, sorry about that, on her IG, and clearly they had some type of altercation. You know, she spoke on him cheating, etc., etc.
Oh no, any. Let me see if he cheated. Hold on. I'm gonna give him a benefit of the doubt. I haven't really followed the Charlo brothers for that long. I mean, recently I used to. Mel Charlo. Let's see if he's cheated. He cheated. Well, he says he clears up cheating accusations here. Let's go through it. Let's go through it. Let's see what he has to say. Here we go.
Jamel Charlo came out and cleared up the accusations that Tony threw on him of cheating in the corner, of drinking the forbidden juice, or
Oh, that has nothing to do with cheating in relationship. We're looking for cheating in relationship. Okay, so let's get out of that one. On girlfriend? I mean, we're digging down deep because it's not like he's a superstar or not as far as he's a great boxer, I heard, but basically as far as, oh yeah, Charlo wife cheating. Mel Charlo wife cheating? Okay, let's see here. Here we go.
You got
Oh, this is the same video.
like, look. Why are you doing this to me?
It's my stuff.
Why you stopped when the cops came? Why did you stop when the cop came? Look.
So, okay, look. The man cheated, okay. Apparently he cheated. When was this? Yeah, this is a day ago. Oops, oh shit, let me get off of this guy's channel. He's mean. Okay, let me go here. Okay, Jamel Charlo charged with assault after audio released of him bragging about punching his wife. Let's see if I have that. I thought I had that floating around. Give me 1 second, everybody. This is Head Bussin' Boxing, by the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So this is, I have to make this clear. This guy is into boxing. He's into boxing. So it's not like, you know, he's bashing black men. He's telling you exactly how he feels as a boxing fan of a top boxer. Wait a minute. Let me pause that for a minute. I want to get the closed caption playing on this because I think we should hear this. Okay, I'm going to pull up the volume just a bit. Give us a better taste. Here we go. Getting all the levels right. Here we go. Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. This is so freaking deep. This guy is a world-class boxer. His hands are literally world-class boxers. Their hands are lethal weapons. Listen to what he said again. You got to hear it. You got to hear this shit. what he said really is he socked her in the eye. It became big, swole, and can't open. I think what he means is something like this. Hold on one second. Like that.
On me. Like a woman. Like a regular woman.
And he's mocking her because she called the cops on him like a regular woman.
Now, first of all, you gotta be some kind of stupid to let somebody record you saying that, knowing that your wife has actually called the cops on you, and you admit that you're guilty of hitting her. You definitely gotta be some kind of stupid for that.
No, I mean, lying only gets you so far. He did it, so he might as well admit it. Yep, and there's Buddy. Who's this right here? DV Master, Chris Brown. So, birds of a feather. What do birds of a feather do, people? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. What do they do?
But the way he described it, like he thought that was such a cool thing. People say, well, you know, people with money, they're able to get out of stuff because of the money they got, etc., etc. Well, buddy boy, they got you admitting that you put hands on a woman, and then on top of that, you bragged about it. Don't be surprised if a judge try to throw the book at you, homie. I don't know how much time he's facing. I don't know how much time they can give you in Texas. I'm assuming Houston.
Oh, he's in Texas too. Oh, he's toast. He's toast. He's toast. But that's what happens when you're around birds of a feather, you know. Shout out to Conscious Mind Love in the house. Darnell Elliott on stage. Brina West. Ellen Ripley. Mistress Newbie. Mark Babin. Darnell, what are your thoughts on this specific clip we got going on?
Well, I was going to say something about just before I get into it about the DJ Torch. You should come up with start selling merch. So stop the self snitching. I mean, this guy is, I mean, man, that is just dumb. I mean, just put yourself in this guy's shoes. You did something stupid. Why in the world would you admit and then brag about it and then let somebody record it, man? It reminds me of an episode of Boondock.
I mean, it's really. I'm glad he did it. I'm glad he was that honest. To be honest, I mean, I'll give him that much. But he's a monster. But he might as well just go ahead and cut a check. Let's see how much Jermel is worth, because whatever, if Jermel Carlo Net worth 2023. That's nothing. $3 million. She's taken all of that.
Oh yeah.
She's taken all of that. That's gone. And it'll probably be her who leaves him the money. She'll probably leave him with something, but he better start working more. He might better start boxing him some more.
Do they have kids together?
Let me see.
She's already going to get 1.5 minimum,
right?
And then depending on children.
Oh my God! Look, Jermel Char opens up about his battle with drugs, alcohol, and mental health. Ladies, I can be safe by saying this. I'm not a therapist, nor am I a dating coach, but I think I'm safe in saying that if you put yourself around men that have drug, alcohol, and mental health issues, you're probably not going to be very happy. You know, that's I'm just throwing that out there. So let's see. Let's go back to if he has kids. Oh, okay. So he's saying, okay, here we go right here. Jermel Charlo is saying that doesn't look like, well, it is. It is. Okay. Thanks. Are getting bullied at school after Uncle Jermel Charlo lost to Canal.
Oh, yeah, he's got
Jamal,
kids.
oh, that's right. They're Jamal and Jermel.
Okay, so you have
Okay,
two
so
children.
we're talking about Jermel. Dang, I hate that.
Oh, so Jermel is him.
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, that's Jermel. I thought so because Jamal has his face is a little bit rounder, slightly, but he's still a twin, but he's slightly okay.
Yeah.
She's Hawaiian? I don't know. Let's see here. It didn't say anything about kids.
Okay.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm just saying my little little bit of research. So, okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying. I mean, if he had kids, you know, this dude, he's gonna be. How old is he? Do you know, roughly?
I think he's. I want to bet he's mid-30s. Let me go here. Let
Oh,
me get.
if he's mid-30s, he would be. If he has kids, he's screwed. I mean, unless he has another skill other than boxing.
33.
Yeah. You know, I hate to use the red pill philosophy of hitting the wall, but I mean, I don't know if you watch boxing, DJ Torch, but you know, boxing,
yeah,
you know, in the mid-30s, you hit the wall.
Basically,
it's over.
Yep.
You know, so if he has kids, I mean, because that he may as well just write the check right now for 1.5 million.
Basically,
you know?
and call it a day and get back into the gym. Hurry up and try to make some money before, you know.
The house is probably going to be hers.
Yep.
You know.
But
this is probably his wife right
good
here.
luck with that.
She does look Hawaiian, so that's probably her. So there we go again. There we go again. Darnell, okay, I think you did put something in here about the women on Kendra G's show or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, that was to the earlier video, yes.
Yeah. Do you see the pattern there? I mean, it's like this. The problem I have is this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Black men, we tend to have a problem just with anybody. When it comes to dating, and this is, I mean, look, he's Jermel Charlo. He got super famous. He was able to go out there and choose a woman, any woman he wanted, right? Mm-hmm. And he chooses any woman he wants, and it happens to be a gorgeous flying woman. Good for her. Good for him. But then he cheats on her. That's why they were fighting, by the way, because he cheated on her, and she was like saying, "What the hell," right? So, then he pokes her in the eye. She's not a boxer. That's what makes it so horrible. So then in the manosphere turns around, and I'm going to go ahead and do my manosphere. You let me know too, because you in the manosphere streets too, more than me. Because but let me know if they talk about this guy and how they talk about him. I would really be curious to know what their feedback is, because if the manosphere is really truly about helping Black men be better or do better, then what are they going to say about him? Because punching a woman in the eye when you're a boxer, okay, and he's taller, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's taller, he's much better trained at boxing than she is, if she's trained at all, right? So what do you think would be the reasoning for this? How would they try to sell this as Black women's fault?
Well, this is just my opinion, but the more, for lack of a better term, the more mainstream red pill guys, they're not going to touch it. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not going to touch it. Now I don't know when the audio was leaked of him admitting to hitting her. Now they might have touched it before then and came to his defense. Said, we don't know what happened. She could be lying. Women make this up, all the time, blah, blah, blah. But when like the video of him speaking and coming out and saying, admitting to hitting her, laughing about it, or kind of, smirking about it, they're not going to touch that. Now you got the smaller, red pill guys, the basically trolls, basically. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're probably gonna will come up with some kind of excuse. They're gonna come up with some kind of excuse to defend, what he did. They're gonna say it was her fault. She never should have confronted him about it. Should have just, he's a high value man. Just leave it alone, kind of thing.
Got it. So let him cheat in peace, kind of theory.
Right. I'll be honest with you. In the manosphere, because it does say, okay, once you reach a certain status, men are going to cheat. And there's two things. You can either the smart ones will say you can either accept it. The smart manosphere guys, they'll tell you, you can either accept it, and live through it, or you can not accept it and just move on. The other guys, they're just going to be roasting the woman, basically.
Okay.
So
do you think you can be let me ask you this, do you believe you can be in a relationship and not cheat on the woman?
It's possible. It takes discipline. It takes a lot of discipline.
What odds would you give what percentage do you believe would be that you would not? What percentage would you say likely would you be able to be loyal with one woman?
If I had to guess, I would say we're talking these type high status, high value men, correct?
We're talking about you.
Oh, me personally. Me personally, as in, as far as me, like I said, I'm not a high value man. So
I know, but would you be happy with just one woman? If you've noticed, it doesn't matter whether they're high value or not; they always cheat.
So, not always. Like, okay, like you take a man like myself, for example. I don't have those kinds of options. I can't just, find another one.
Let's say, let me say it like this. Let's say you were very popular and you had those options. regardless of your income or anything like that, but you just for some reason you have those options, right? Would you cheat or would you be loyal to the woman who loves you and is sticking by your side?
I mean, I wouldn't cheat. But I would be honest up front, and the manosphere does teach this. Don't lie to your woman. Don't make her seem like she's the only one. If you're again, we're talking high
Okay,
value.
I didn't ask you that though, but would you cheat? Or let me ask you this: if you became super popular, right? And you had attractive women coming at you, but you had a woman who loves you and does everything for you, would you still want to step out?
I wouldn't step out, but to be honest with you, I would be upfront. I would be upfront.
No, I don't care about that. I'm just saying whether you. Okay.
Well, so you're saying would I be regardless? Would I be?
Yeah. Let me break it down. It's important that we don't get things confused. You're in a relationship with a woman. Let's say you're even married to her. Okay. But you're super popular for whatever the reason. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But you're super popular and attractive women are attracted to you. If you were given the opportunity to cheat on your wife, would you cheat on her or would you not?
As a monogamous man, no. But what I was trying to say is,
no, I'm talking about you.
Yes, I'm speaking about myself.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say is that if I were, to be honest with you, I would be upfront before we get married, be upfront and honest, and say, look, I like to have other women. You are my wife. I like to have. This is before we get married, obviously.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because I'm still not getting a complete straight answer. Could you see yourself after getting married to someone telling them that you want other options as well?
Man, you're not giving me any wiggle room on this one, are you?
Oh yeah. Hey, look, I went to the Circle Talk school. I know. I'll let you answer. Hey, I'm just gonna set up and let you answer. Here we go.
All right. I mean, I probably would have those feelings, yes, and want other women, but I would at least be honest. Look, this is what I'm looking for, kind of thing.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter. I guess my point is this: the argument that women have is that it doesn't really matter how good they are to their man. They want to cheat. So the thing is that I'm not saying. I mean, it's almost like, why would a woman sign up to be in a relationship with a man who's going to cheat? What point? What's the point? What's the point of a relationship at all if the person you're with is really somebody who's not loyal to you?
Well, let's say if you are a man of high status, high value, a lot of money, you can live that luxury lifestyle. You, as the wife, you win as the wife in the long term. You win as long as you're not, one of the, the side chicks. As the wife, you win.
So let's chew on that for a minute. So what you're saying is because the guy is rich and well off and can buy things for her or whatever, whether he does or not, that should allow him to cheat. Even though people get into relationships, they get into relationships to be monogamous. At least that's what traditional people do. Would you say that's correct?
No, sir. Case in point, the Middle East. You can.
I'm not going to talk about the Middle East.
Well, okay.
About American. Okay, let me ask you this: when two people get married, are they getting married to have an arrangement, or are they married to be monogamous to each other?
I'm sorry, you cut out in my headphones. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. Okay. When people get married, does the woman think that she's going to have to share her man?
In American culture, no.
Okay. So if that's the case, and it's not going to happen, why should a woman get married to that particular gentleman, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she could find some guy that just won't do that.
I mean, she can, but it's one of those things that is she going to be, because there are some women that have, but they come down is not happy. Like, for example, the guy that we were referred to as the bus driver, the average 9 to 5 blue collar worker. Let's say he's not a dusty, or he's not out here cheating. He's going to be the loyal guy, but he can't provide for you the way, say, your favorite football star. Let's say Dak Prescott. Let's say, actually, let's use my guy Brock Purdy, the quarterback. Brock Purdy can provide a lot more for you than the bus driver. Okay, so when it comes to the bus driver, a lot of times, women that have to enter in the workplace, because they feel forced. Women, it's not that women don't want to work. It's, they want to work because they want to work, right? I mean, would you be in agreement with me on that? They want to work because they want to work, not they don't want to work because.
I mean, right now, believe it or not, the stats show that black women want to work more than black men do. So that's not really a factor. I mean, it sounds like to me, what you're saying is that if a guy has money, he can cheat.
I'm not gonna say cheat. I am gonna say that, as long as you are honest with her up front, but if you're gonna lie and say I'm gonna be monogamous, that's a different story. And then you're going out here running the street, yeah, that's a different story. But basically,
if a woman wants a man, if a woman wants to be loyal to one man and one man to be loyal to her, then why should she date that man if he's going to cheat, even if he tells her?
Because, like I said, she will win in the long term.
What's winning? How does she win how does she win if the value in the relationship is monogamy?
It's a value in the relationship. For some, it just depends on the marriage. You got some people that have open marriages, for example.
No, what I'm saying is this: for the average woman who wants a monogamous relationship, what's the value in being in a relationship with a man who has made it clear that he's going to cheat or going to step out and not be monogamous?
The value is his asset. Guess who's the asset?
What if she doesn't care about that? What if the assets are down on her list?
Then she probably shouldn't want to be with that guy. Especially as long as he's not selling if he's not selling the dream, if he's not selling you the dream, that means you made the conscious decision to be with this guy. Now it's different if he sells you a dream. That's a whole nother conversation. But
got it. Okay. So basically what you're saying is that, because most men don't make, they're not millionaires, but even if the men are making good money, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying, if the man provides everything for the woman, he has a right to go out and cheat. Would that be a safe assumption?
I'm not going to say the right. All right. But like I said, again, you have to be honest and say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. Are you down for it or not? And at that point, once she makes a conscious decision, then, as long as she made the conscious decision that, yeah, hey, I'm down for it, then yes, now he has the right. But if, he's promising monogamy and cheat, then, then I would say no, because now he's not a man of his word.
Okay, how about this? Let's look at it like this then. I'm going to throw some curveballs at you. Even though I've been throwing a lot already, I've been throwing some sliders and a knuckleball. Here comes
uh-oh.
Okay. let's say you had a daughter and she was, let's say, in her mid-20s, right?
Mhm.
And she could select a Caucasian man that would treat her good and would not cheat on her, or
Mhm.
she could select a black man that already has a reputation for cheating on
Mhm.
women, and you've already seen that he's not treating her well.
Mhm.
Which person would you prefer her to be with?
Oh, the obvious answer would be the white man.
Okay. Okay. So, what percentage would you say of men in the manosphere are one woman men, loyal men, monogamous men?
I could probably count them on one hand, but Rollo Tomasi is one. He's the Rollo
They don't have
Tomasi.
to
There's
be
a
famous. They don't have to be famous. They could just be the whole manosphere.
whole manosphere. I would probably say less than 10%, and that's being generous.
Okay. So, do you believe women value monogamy?
Can you elaborate just a little bit?
Yeah. Do women value a loyal man?
I think it's different for every woman, but not in all cases.
What percentage would you say?
Um, I'd have to guess. I would say a majority, but again, it depends on the type of man you're talking about. If it's a high value man, or the provider that a woman's looking for, the strong provider that you don't have to worry about chipping in on the rent or the light bill. Yeah, they're going to value that guy. But the guy that there are some women out there that don't value a man that is loyal, but
Okay, let me ask you this. What percentage of women out there do you believe don't value a loyal man? What percentage of women?
Oh, I couldn't answer that. I don't know.
Okay.
But
ladies in the chat, if you can give me if a loyal man is a high value, if loyalty is a high value to you, put a 1 in the chat. If it's like, okay, you could take it or leave it as long as other things are in place, put a 2. If you don't care about a monogamy or a loyal man, put a 3 in the chat. I will wait.
and while we're waiting, may I speak while we're waiting?
Oh, absolutely.
So, like one thing, I just wanted to say, like, there's an example, for example, that my just recently, a certain content creator, we won't say his name, interviewed my father just a few days ago. Okay, and my father told the story how he was married, and my mom, she walked out. My dad was a loyal guy. Now he was just a Navy guy, but he was a loyal guy. And if you were to talk to my dad, he would tell you, there are women out there that don't value that because my dad could not provide, basically what my mother was looking for. She found another man that could, and when she found him, my dad had to kick her out.
Okay. Welcome Ellen Ripley to the stage, better known as You Can't Get Laid.
You know what, DJ? Hi, how's everybody doing? Hi,
Doing good,
DJ.
doing
Hi,
good.
Darnell.
Hello,
I
ma'am. How are
just
you?
want to I just wanted to say this, that men are only as loyal as their options, I don't care. I don't care what no one says. Like, I think that majority of men cheat because they are only as loyal as their options. That's just in a man's nature. I mean, that's my opinion.
I mean, I think that's what that's. I mean, I think after all the talking Darnell did, I think that's what he pretty much said.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. It's a manosphere talking point. It's the manosphere
But I
talking.
wanted to ask Darnell something.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. If if what if your wife cheated on you? Like, you knew that your wife was cheating, but you couldn't prove it. Like, if you came in the house and your wife was dressed in a robe and she was in the bedroom and all the sheets were messed up and you can tell someone been in the house, like, what would be your first instinct? Would you kick her out? Like, what would you do?
I could tell a man. How could I tell if a man's been in the house? Can you give me a little more detail?
Because you're just coming back from work. Your wife looks really, really, really less stressed. She looks relaxed. The bed is really messed up, like someone just been like rolling around in the bed. The sheets are messed up, and she's in a robe and she's shocked. She jumps back when you open the door because you came home early. So you know she had cheated. Would you leave her, or what would you do?
Okay, so now you said I know, but before you said I couldn't prove.
Okay, you suspect. I don't know what I don't. Yeah. So you wouldn't suspect that she was cheating after all of that?
No, of course I would. Of course. I mean, the signs are all there. The ruffled bed. You know, I'm pretty sure there's some sweat on the stain. You know, sweat stained sheets. And, you know.
And she's like, very like shocked when she sees you and scared at the same time. What would you do? Would you kick her out, or would you try and go to counseling?
I would talk to her about it. I'd hear her answer. So let's say I asked her, what would be the woman's response? I asked her, okay, was there another man here?
What if she couldn't answer? What if she said, what if she didn't, she couldn't answer the question? What if she just froze?
Okay, if I just said, hey, tell me yes or no. Was there another man here?
Okay, well, she's not like she's scared. She's not going to answer. And then she says, after like 3 minutes, she says no, but not in a convincing way.
Well, at that point, you know, I'd just be like, okay, if that's your answer. But I'm not going to lie to you. I would be trying to find out. You know, if I, I probably, you know, have neighbors keep, you know, let's say I had a best friend that lived in the neighborhood, for example. Hey, man, I call him up. Hey, bro, can you do me a favor? You know, like I work from this time to this time. Can you, you know, just kind of do a quick drive by or whatever? You know, if you see like another car that shouldn't be in my driveway or out front of my house, you know, things of that nature. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would be looking into it, you know, to try to get her. Now, I'm not going to be confrontational about it, you know.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'd like to welcome Mark Bavin to the stage. Welcome, Mark.
Hi, DJ.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad.
Good. Would you like to give us some input on what you think so far?
Yeah, I was getting back to something what Dana was saying. The thing is, with men, you don't have to have a lot of money not to cheat. It's, how can I put it? Just because to be not someone who doesn't cheat, you need to be a loyal and decent man. And also what I find as well, men really shouldn't have. I think men shouldn't have female friends either, because it just leads to temptation.
Yes, it does. Especially if you have plans on remaining monogamous, you definitely shouldn't have female friends. Just like you said, it leads to temptation. You know, it leads to temptation. And then there's always rumors. Somebody always is talking. So even if nothing did happen with a female friend, there's going to be somebody that's going to say, hey, I saw Darnell, talking with, sister so-and-so at the church, or whatever. And, so you're just opening up a can of worms. You're putting yourself at risk. So yeah, you as a man, you don't want to, if you want to remain monogamous, don't keep other women around, period.
Wait a minute. So me and you can't be friends, Darnell? You wouldn't have a woman friend?
I would have to talk with my wife first.
Okay.
That would be one of those things. If you are going to have female, personally, I wouldn't want them.
Okay, let me ask you this. Wait 1 second, Darnell. I need to ask you this because I remember speaking with another gentleman in another live stream. He said he could never be not sexually attracted to an attractive woman and just be friends with her. Is that what you feel as well? Or can you be in the presence of an attractive woman and not just want to have sex with her?
Ooh, that takes a lot of discipline. That takes a whole lot of discipline. But
so the answer is no.
I mean, I can, but just because I don't want no drama. Like, I'm not going to be, if I'm monogamous Darnell, I am not going to be around another woman without my wife knowing about it.
So are you saying you need help from your wife to be loyal?
No, of course not. What I'm saying is that I just don't want the appearance. Like, if my wife, let's say if I had a female friend or a female friend that I want to make sure I'm in communication with my wife. That's all I'm saying. Communication is key in a marriage.
Yeah, but Darnell, also your wife should also be number one. She should be the most beautiful woman that's on this planet. You shouldn't be looking at other women. Should not be sexually attracted to you, or you shouldn't be attracted to them. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I mean, but of course. But like I said, it's not that I don't feel I can't control myself. It's just I just don't want the appearance. I don't want somebody going back to my wife saying, "Hey, I saw your husband with somebody else, talking to somebody," and it could be innocent. It could be just innocent.
Let me take something out of the mix. Let's take reputation or assumptions out of it. We're just talking about how you feel. So Mr. Snoopy said, so Darnell is conditionally monogamous.
I like that. Conditionally monogamous. That's funny.
I mean, the thing is, I guess what I'm saying is that I'm not saying about, you got into this whole thing about, what other people would think. I'm just going on what you think, whether you could just be around somebody without going, damn, I want to hit that. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes. Well, basically, but I'm just the kind of guy, like in the Bible, it states that if your left hand causes you to sin, it is better to cut it off. You see what I'm saying? That's my way of cutting off my hand.
No, okay, let me break it down like this. Are you saying that if an attractive woman, whether you are married or not, is in front of you? Okay, I'm going to take let's say you are single, right? Does every single attractive woman that you see, do you want to have sex with them?
No.
The thought does cross my mind. I mean, but that's just normal. That's normal. A man sees an attractive woman. That's just normal. We're going to be stimulated.
Okay. Also, I wanted to ask a question. Like, most men that are married, okay, when they see attractive women on the outside that they're attracted to, while they're making love to their wife, they're actually fantasizing about being with that woman. So do you also think that you can cheat mentally? Like, because he could actually be there with his wife in bed, but he's thinking about that woman, like like for instance, like he's thinking about the hot cashier that he's seen earlier, and he's acting like his wife is her. So do you feel as though men can also cheat mentally? So why not just get the real flesh and blood? I don't do you think that it Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Do you think that there's no difference between cheating mentally
No, I don't.
as it is physically?
I don't believe in cheating mentally. I mean, you can't help the thoughts that come across your mind. Like, for example, you ever played the radio? You know, I'm speaking before now, but you ever played the radio? You got that one song that's been overplayed on the radio over and over. You're driving to work, you get to work, and it just gets stuck in your head. You don't even want to think about it, but it's stuck in your head anyway. You know, and you just can't get it out of your mouth for whatever reason. You may even hate that song, but it's just so catchy in your head. You just can't help but think about it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, I'd like to say that men, yes, they can cheat in their thoughts as well, because men are actually weak vessels.
No, yeah. I mean, you have a point that men are weak vessels. That is true. You know, it does take a level of, again, as I said it before, it takes a level of discipline. But, you know, at the same time, to me, there's no such thing as emotional cheating. It just doesn't exist. You know,
Okay,
I mean,
I just wanted to ask pertaining to the video before I drop down. Do you think that he felt this guy, whatever with the orange hair, what is his name? Well, the boxer.
Oh yeah, Jermel Charlo.
Yes. Do you think that he fell out of love with his wife because he's bragging about punching his wife in the eye to other men? Or do you think that it's just like such an ego burst because he's never had any money before and he feels like powerful? Or do you feel like he still loves her? Because it sounds like he fell out of love with her. I don't know. I'm not a man, so
it's possible both ways. You know, it's possible he could have just one day fell out in love with her. Maybe he found somebody else. You know, maybe I don't know how long they've been married, but as you know, our bodies begin to change, and maybe you know, he found someone younger. You know, there are men that do think that way.
Or maybe he was never loyal at all from the beginning, and she
There you
might
go.
either, you know.
He may have never been loyal at all in the beginning, just like DJ Torch said. He may never been loyal at all in the beginning. Maybe he's just, you know, maybe he's always been a womanizer. Maybe, you know, he has always been abusive towards women. You know, I just don't know.
all right, guys. Well, I'm going back down. That's all I wanted to ask. All right, bye.
Thank you. You can't get laid, aka Ellen Ripley.
It was
I'm
a
gonna play
pleasure.
this next clip, and we'll see where we're at. It's a short clip, so it shouldn't take too long. Here we go.
Cardi B has reacted to Christian Key's accusations. Christian Keys has allegedly accused Tyler Perry of assaulting him and being inappropriate. This happened on December 16th when Christian gave a statement saying he was assaulted by someone who he considered to be a brother and mentor. While Christian didn't directly name anybody, most people came to the conclusion that his accusations are about Tyler Perry. This is because Christian has been on interviews in the past, naming Tyler as his mentor, and Christian is one of Tyler's top actors. Despite this, it is wise to keep an open mind as this could be about anyone. To clarify further on this topic, Christian posted a video to his Instagram story clearing everything about this up.
So my brother hit me. He was a little concerned about safety when dealing with powerful people. The good news is several family members and my attorney have
Pause. Thank you, Mark, for coming up.
the proof, the video description, the breakdown, the audio, the names of the people, all of that. So if anything happens, then anything happens to me.
What I didn't like is that why would he be so code-like and sneaky about it? I mean, it's a terrible thing that happened to him, but why wouldn't he just go ahead and just go to the authorities or whatever? What do you think, Darnell?
Hang on, I'm coming. I'm here.
Oh, take your time. Take your time.
I was about to pour myself a cup of juice. So why didn't he go to the authorities? After what happened to him, I agree. But he more than likely, fear probably set in. He thought, well, if I don't say anything, I could just get it to go away, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
People become irrational. A lot of people become irrational when issues like this occur. They become very irrational. They just don't think level-headed. If he just turned himself in and said, "Hey, look, we got into an altercation," I mean, you got to know in your head, especially if he gave her a black eye, correct? Was that what it was?
Oh, we're
Black
past
eye?
him. Yeah, we're past him. This is Christian
we're
Keys.
past
Oh, yeah, that's right. You weren't here. Yeah, this is Christian Keys. Let me play the clip over again. It's very short. So
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Cardi B has reacted to Christian Key's accusations. Christian Keys has allegedly accused Tyler Perry of assaulting him and being inappropriate. This happened on December 16th when Christian gave a statement saying he was assaulted by someone who he considered to be a brother and mentor. While Christian didn't directly name anybody, most people came to the conclusion that his accusations are about Tyler Perry. This is because Christian has been on interviews in the past, naming Tyler as his mentor, and Christian is one of Tyler's top actors. Despite this, it is wise to keep an open mind, as this could be about anyone. To clarify further on this topic, Christian posted a video to his Instagram story clearing everything about this up.
So my brother hit me. He was a little concerned about safety when dealing with powerful people. The good news is several family members and my attorney have the proof, the video description, the breakdown, the audio, the names of the people, all of that. So if anything happens, then anything happens to me, then that information will come out. And and I trust God. I'm out here setting up scholarships and doing right by people. God ain't gonna let nobody do no dumb stuff here. So, love y'all, many. I appreciate y'all.
After this happened, Cardi B left a comment underneath a repost of Christian's video talking about his story. Cardi commented underneath the video saying, "Sending you so much love." Cardi has been heavily praised by this for supporting Christian in this situation and for being supportive of a man being abused. A lot of people have noted that people don't always have sympathy for a man being abused by another man, so Cardi has been lauded for offering her public support during this. For this video's comment question, who do you think the person is that Christian is accusing? Before you go, be sure to give...
do you see anything wrong with what Christian did?
I feel I must have missed it. Because from what I understand, he was addressing allegations about being abused by a man, right? And everyone assumed it was Tyler Perry. Everyone assumed, he never said who it was, but everyone assumed he was Tyler Perry. Clearly, go ahead.
The problem I have is this. Everybody's going to think it's Tyler Perry. So if it's not Tyler Perry, this is effed up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, it's different if he told the story in the morning and then told us who it was in the evening. But it's been like 3 or 4 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all through this days, people are assuming it's Tyler Perry, and I guarantee you not. Tyler Perry's value is dropping, whether it's him or not. So I'm not saying that, oh, poor Tyler, nothing like that. But what I'm saying is it better be Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because what Keys doesn't understand is that Tyler can sue him just because you don't name somebody.
Yeah.
There's only so many black billionaires in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
So and everybody's made it clear they think it's Tyler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't turn out to be Tyler, Tyler still might have lost. Tyler might be losing deals right this moment. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
he might be losing deals, or he might not be getting deals because of the insinuation that was made.
Yes, that is a possibility. Now, as far as how I understand what you're saying is that like he threw a piece of information out there and people kind of came up with drew their own conclusions.
Well, how can they not draw their own conclusions when he's done most of his fine work with Tyler Perry, right?
Yeah.
And Tyler Perry happens to be a billionaire as well. That's kind of like when you're doing an algebra test or a math test where it comes down to the science of deduction, right? You got 3 spots and 2 spots are already filled. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is this. Spot number 1 of a billionaire, well, Tyler's a billionaire. Spot 2 is somebody that he called a mentor. He said that in the past that Tyler Perry was a mentor. What are people going to think? So my conclusion in this is Tyler Perry, and it better be Tyler Perry, or this guy's being a straight up jerk, in my opinion. I'm sorry he went through what he went through, but it sounds weird for me to say this, and I'm not saying anything like Tyler Perry is a great guy, because there's a lot of other things I don't agree with Tyler Perry, but to literally point the arrow at somebody and then think people are going to like be super duper open-minded. Well, it can't be him just because he might be the only black billionaire in Hollywood right now from that I know of. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only one you can, unless you want to count Diddy. But you can't really count Diddy because Diddy wasn't really a mentor for him. So that's the only thing. So I'm not saying that he shouldn't tell his story. He should tell his story. I'm not saying that he should not have justice. He should have justice. I just don't like the way that if it's not Tyler Perry, he did this. If it's Tyler Perry, fine. He's just trying to stretch it out. Really, it's actually not kind of that fine, but it's fine. It would be palatable if it was Tyler Perry, because he's just trying to stretch this out in a way to get his whatever revenge you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? Which I wouldn't do it this way, but hey, fine, do it, dude. Whatever I don't run his life. But if it's not Tyler Perry, he just literally, excuse my language, effed Tyler Perry out of probably at least $200 to $300 million.
Yeah, and actually, I just decided, just out of curiosity, I just kind of looked it up. I'm still trying to shift through the information, but yeah, Tyler Perry's listed at number 1 at 800 million. And again, I'm still verifying this, but it says here Tyler Perry's listed at 800 million. He's number 1. Bill Cosby is 400. He's sitting in jail, so it can't be him. Will Smith, number 3, 350 million. But see, none of these guys are well, actually, it says 10 highest paid actors. So they all could be billionaires. You got Denzel Washington.
Look for black Hollywood producers. That's let's go dig into this, because I mean, I think it's going to always point to Tyler Perry, but
yes, from what I'm looking at, definitely not Oprah Winfrey, that's for sure.
Yeah. Actually, that's not. Well, he said it was a man. So
Yeah. So that's why Oprah Winfrey's out.
um,
Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
okay, and it's another. Fine, believe it or not, and I found another one, but that's another woman, Erica Oldie. She's a film producer, billionaire heiress. Right here. So it's not her, because I mean,
Actually, and then this is according to Forbes, and I'm reading the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So this is a newspaper article written by Ebony Williams. But it says here, according to Forbes, there are only 16 black billionaires, and that's in the entire world. Of that 16, 7 of them are American. So there's only 7. So we just narrowed it down to 7.
Right.
Let's see. Aliko Deng. Well, he's African, so he's not American. So it's not him. Let's see. He's number 1. Let's see. Mike the Nuga. He's Nigerian, so he's out.
Well, he's still black, right? Could be him.
Well, he's not. Well, yeah, but I thought you said American.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, he's Nigeria.
Okay, that counts him out. Okay.
Yeah. Abdul Samad Rabui, the founder of BUA Group, a Nigerian conglomerate with interest in sugar refining. It doesn't say if he's American or not, but he's not an actor, so he's out. Robert F. Smith. Smith made his fortune through the private equity firm Vista Equity Partners, which he founded in 2000. A graduate of Cornell, he pledged $50 million personally and through a foundation to the university in 2016. In 2019, Smith announced that his family was providing a grant to eliminate student debt of the entire Morehouse College class of 29. Oh, that's a good black man right there. But he's out. Can't be him. No acting.
Okay, and get this, Letitia Lovejoy dropped this. Letitia says this: Christian said people are saying his name in the comments, and everyone is saying it's Tyler Perry. Well, there it goes.
I mean yeah.
I don't know why is he playing the name game then? Because I don't know. It's just weird that he's playing the name game.
Yeah, David Stewart's number 5, but he's in technology. He has nothing to do with acting or Hollywood. Patrice Motsepe, number 6, Black American to appear on Forbes list. He became a billionaire in 2008. Founder and chairman of African Rainbow Minerals. I'm assuming he's probably an African or Africa. And it doesn't say he's tied to Oprah Winfrey's a woman, so she's out, but she's number 7 for anyone that's curious. She's number 7 in the world.
Got it. I'd like to welcome a lady to the chat.
We got Jay-Z. Jay-Z became hip hop's first proven and viable billionaire thanks to what.
But he's not really a Hollywood guy, though, right?
No.
And it's not his mentor.
Nope.
So I'm just gonna be forced to believe it's Tyler Perry. So let's leave it at that. I got another clip for us to play. Here we go.
Hey, can I interrupt you just 1 second?
Sure can. Go ahead.
If anybody didn't know this, Rihanna is number 11. I had no idea. 1.4 billion.
Wow. Damn. That Fenty is off the chain, huh?
Man, I tell you what, I wish I was her husband or I wouldn't go nowhere. Talking about being loyal.
Hey, lady breaks it down. He says it's Tyler Perry. He has business dealing on the table with Tyler Perry right now. It's blackmail, in my opinion.
Tyler Perry I just pulled it up. Tyler Perry is the only one on the list. He's the only actor on the list, and he ranks last at number 16, worth $1 billion. Got to be him.
Boom.
There's only 16, and I just read a majority of the 16.
Right. Great
All right.
research. Great research, my man.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Thursday, we got more info on what's going on with Diddy. Y'all, what's going on with Diddy and his lawyer? They are literally going crazy. First it's up with Cassie, then it's up with Cassie's friend. Go watch my old videos over it. Apparently, the streets are saying that Diddy feels like because Cassie's friend is speaking out on what she saw and what she heard, they're looking at K came in and said, no, she can't do that. It's an ironclad NDA, all this stuff. Watch my old videos on that. They're really good. Yes, I will be going live tonight, but let's talk about these new legal filings that Diddy and his lawyer have put out against one of the ladies who are currently suing them. On top of that, do you know that Jeffrey Epelator, right? Do you know that the documents that are supposed to be released in January, there was just an emergency order by 8 very powerful and high-profile people begging them not to release their names, saying it will cause damage. Y'all, the streets are saying.
Damn. I mean, the fact that he's mixed up with who is already all bad. Here we go.
One of those people.
If you don't already know, this is Tisa Tells, and she's going to break it down.
Is Sean Combs. We're going to talk about that. Again, I don't understand Sean Combs. I don't understand Diddy's legal strategy. I guess it's not for me to understand, right? I guess it's not for me to understand, but I can say, baby, if I don't understand and no one else does, it seems like even the people Diddy's settling with don't understanding. What are you trying to accomplish? Now, some people say that Diddy actually has no choice to do this. He doesn't have the money to pay everybody off. Here's the thing that I think's going on. This is my speculation right now. You ever do something and you are not going to fess up to it, but the person that knows you did it is literally so close to finding out the truth, and every day you wake up with stress. You know, it's kind of like when you when your mom's like, yo, who ate the cookies? And you're just like, must have been them, right? I don't know. Maybe the store packed a pack of Oreos and there was only 3 left, right? But the thing is, your mom's yelling at you for the cookies, but you also broke a lamp. You know that money she gave you to go pick up something you used to buy candy. There's all these things that your mom is about to find out for. And every day you wake up with the stress. The cookies is the least of your worries, but every day you wake up with stress that you are going to be found out. I think that's what's going on with Diddy. And I think that the fact that he is now fighting so much is because he realized if he settles with these people, first of all, people say he doesn't even have that many liquid assets. But even if his billionaire friends pay off these people to settle, Diddy knows that he has been freak off central for over a decade. Diddy knows even currently there are freak offs that have happened that people can sue him for, that people can settle. Diddy's a lawyer seems to have taken the position that we are going to fight every single case that comes our way. And you better worry because all your business is going to be put on Front Street. How do we know this? Because Diddy just filed legal documents. And again, this is my opinion. I'm going to have a lawyer on the Black Letter Law on my channel this weekend. We're going to go live and actually talk about this, but this needs to actually be said because you guys, this looks like a dumb legal strategy to me. They just filed paperwork. Let it be said. Let them be named. They filed paperwork in the United States District Court, the Southern District of New York, SDNY. Okay. They filed a stipulation acknowledging service of the summons and complaint and briefing for motion. They say that Jonathan P. Davis, attorneys for Sean Combs, Daddy House Recording Studio. Oh, I know he regrets naming his recording studio.
I know, really.
Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings. I know he regrets that. Hereby acknowledges as of December 21st, 2023, service of process of the summons of complaint dated December 6, 2023. They said the law offices, right? This is also Scott E. Lemon, attorneys for defendant Harvey Pierre. That whole place is going down. Acknowledges the December 21st service of process complaint. Okay. Now, I'm just reading you all this because I thought you guys might find it interesting. They said plaintiff acknowledges and agrees that that Sean's defendants and the defendant, sorry, they acknowledge that Diddy and Harvey fully preserve and do not waive any and all rights and defenses they possess except for defense of improper service of process. In connection with the plaintiff's motions to proceed anonymously, here entitled the motion, plaintiff, the Combs defendants, and Pierre acknowledge
Okay. Let's get to it. Here we go.
be named. They want to sit there and sue us and go through this. No, y'all. Here's the thing. I know what they're thinking, right? You know what? Let them girls be named. They want to sit there and sue us and go through this. No, we're taking a hard line. We want you named because they think that maybe, it's my opinion, they'll be able to launch some online offensive. Remember what Johnny Depp did with those bot farms? Remember what happened with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion? They think that they will be able to amass this groundswelling of people.
But the problem is that the people that the victim, most of the victims, nobody knows. So it really doesn't hurt their reputation because nobody knows who they are.
That go and pull up the girls' old stories, and guys be like, well, I slept with them back in 1994, and all this stuff will come out, and then these people will be eviscerated in the public region. They'll feel like their whole lives are being ripped apart. That might sway a jury, or if it doesn't and they have a lot of evidence, they'll be more likely.
It won't sway the jury. I think it's more of a bully move, though.
To settle because they'll be feeling like they're shamed, like their whole lives are falling apart. Again, this is a very common legal negotiation. That's why people don't speak out about this stuff. But can I just say this? This is a common strategy or legal negotiation tactic when your client is innocent, or when your client is not really making Silence of the Lambs Part 16. Diddy is trying to be like, oh, let's see what happens in the court of public opinion. Fool, don't you see nobody likes him? I was actually shocked because you know the whole thing with the Christian Keys. Go watch my videos if you haven't watched it. They're very good. Christian Keys and maybe allegedly Tyler Perry, maybe allegedly Robert White, right? And that whole thing. When he came out with his stuff, a lot of people already went against him when it was just hinted it could be Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry is a well-liked and loved individual, at least publicly. I don't know him personally, but at least publicly. I was shocked at how much people said, yeah, he did it, because it seemed like from the gate, nobody actually liked Diddy. How are you taking?
Okay, so basically, I guess the point she's making is that, I mean, the thing is that it sounds like the lawyer is doing exactly what an accused abuser would do, was to attempt to shame people into not asking for justice. That's pretty much my observation. What do you think, Darnell? I guess Darnell is probably getting something to eat himself. So anyway, I think.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on mute. I lost my headset. That's why I dropped and rejoined.
Gotcha. Sound good. So what is your observation of what Tisa was telling us?
I mean, everything she says, I mean, it is, everything is possible,
Got it. Yeah, I think basically they're trying to leverage, they're trying to bully women into not exposing who they are so they could find out who they are so they could shame them.
Well, I mean, it it happens all the time. I mean, look at former President Trump. I mean, look at all the women that he paid off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's
And shamed. You forgot shamed first and then paid off. But
yep.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, I think that's about that. That's pretty much it for tonight. You got any other thoughts you'd like to kick out before I hit the beat?
It's just one thing. When you invited me up to come and talk, I wanted to explain my comment earlier. Yeah, about the women on Kindred. You had made a point. That's when I had first joined the show, but you had made a point. About that. I can't remember that content creator's name in the video that you had showed. But he was talking about women, and I said, hey, and I had asked, and I was asking you the question: do you feel that some of the women that come on the Kendra G show, for example, because these are just average everyday women, these aren't social media, well, not all of them, but some of majority of them are not social media influencers. They're not doing this. Majority of them aren't doing this for clout, I'm sure. Some of them are just looking for someone. But if you ever watch the show, you'll see women, a woman after another woman after another woman. And for the most part, because even I kind of noticed this, is that they all say the same. They almost say the same thing. I want a guy at least 6 feet tall. I want a guy making at least six figures. Has to make it on average. And because I kind of crunch numbers, but on average, I came up with a number of approximately 20, at the minimum of 25% more than what she makes. So do you feel that gentleman earlier in the video that you made, don't you think that the women kind of corroborate his point or his point?
You mean collaborate?
Corroborate to confirm.
Okay, so what was he saying? Oh, you mean this guy, the guy with the high belt line?
The high belt line.
Let me see if I can bring him up. You said it was some guy. I'm not sure which guy you're talking about. Let me see if I can dig him up.
Yeah, you would ask, okay, who did you had said earlier he was talking about what women want earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was that video there. And you had said, well, why, did he talk to women and things of that nature? And that's when I brought up the women that come on Kendra G's show.
Okay, hold on for 1 minute. Let me see if I can find that. I believe that was You're Triggered who was stating that. Let me go over what the guy says. Well, okay.
Why are there so many single women? And it shouldn't be that way. And the reason why it shouldn't be that way is because I know.
Damn it, pause. Let me point something out here.
Why are there so many single women? And it shouldn't be that way.
There's more single men than women. So why is he even talking about women? He's got bigger problems trying to get men unsingled. First of all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I guess the thing is that I think that's what the manosphere is trying to do, is make being not single a higher value thing. But again, then that works against men because there's a lot more men that are not within a relationship than there are women.
And the reason why it shouldn't be that way is because I know they're getting hollered at. Every woman watches.
So I think he's thinking that women think like men, and because they're getting hollered at, they're just going to get with somebody. You know something? I'm glad Ellen is here, because Ellen, let's get your observation of it, because I am not going to assume how women think. I ain't no woman.
Well, I came back up here because I wanted to tell Darnell something, but I also feel no, women are not like that. They're not gonna, unless they have some type of sexual addiction, they're not gonna get with any man that tries to quote unquote holler at them. They're not gonna do that. Women are very discreet about, well, a high class woman is very discreet about who she has a sexual relationship with, and she's very, very picky. But no, women don't feel that way. But they're not going to just get with any guy just because the guy hollered at them. They have to be women, and women already know if they're going to sleep with the guy before the guy even like tries to get to second base with her.
Oh, she knows within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, like most guys, like if I were single, if I were not married, most guys I would not sleep with. I have to be attracted to you, and it's not necessarily about looks. It's like, and I try to teach women that we need to start being empowered. Like we need to stop like getting attached to men. We need to just keep it, if we're feeling horny or something, we just have to keep it to a physical level and then keep it moving. Like, but women are just in love with the idea of love. Okay. It's just like women fall in love so easily, it's not even funny. I don't know how to. You guys wouldn't understand because you're men, so it's hard for me to explain it.
Okay. But I mean, do you feel that women want like the total package? Like, you ever heard the saying, he checked all the boxes kind of thing? Like, I've heard women say that he checks all the boxes, or I need a man that checks all the boxes. Would you say that? Would you say that women want the complete, the 100% of the boxes checked?
No, not really, because you may have an ideal man, especially like in the Black neighborhood. We have this stereotype that a man, some of us, not all of us, but that a man has to be over 6 feet. He has to make 6 figures, which is not a lot nowadays. He has to be sensitive. Yet professional at the same. He has to be a gangster yet professional at the same time when it comes to business.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
no, that's not true. We just want a man that we are attracted to. I'm speaking for like the single me. If I was single, we just want a man that we are attracted to, that has a decent job, that makes as much as us or even more. Most women like men that make more because they want to feel secure.
Yep.
And a man that's gonna be willing to commit. That's basically it. I don't know what the manosphere is talking about. Black women want this Superman. That I think that I don't know what they're talking about. A lot of them are not taking their pills, so I don't know. But that's basically what women want.
But see, that was what my comment was about earlier. The comment that I questioned DJ Torch about. That was what my comment was about earlier. Like when I brought up, the girls that come on Kendra G. A lot of times, I would say about 9 out of the 10 women that come on that show, they all say the 6-figure guy and make more than me, et cetera, or 6 feet tall. I mean, they do mention vibe and connection and things of that nature.
Well, if that were the case, Darnell, why do you see all of these women, especially in the Black neighborhoods? Why do you see all these women, single baby mamas? These guys don't have anything. They don't own Fortune 500 companies. Women are just looking for love. They think that they can change a man, which you cannot change men. Even a man will tell you this. So a man will tell you a man is not going to listen to a woman. A woman, a woman cannot change a man because men don't really listen to women like that. They don't, they feel as though when a woman is giving them advice that they're actually like thinking they're not good enough. They're talking down on them. So, they take it differently as another man. But no, if that was the case, Darnell, it wouldn't be so many women that's like getting impregnated and in relationships with guys that don't have anything. So that's just a stereotype. It's not real. If you can make a woman laugh, if you can make some women just will fall in love with a man if you can make them, if they like your personality, if you can make them laugh, if you can it's not really. I don't feel like that's the truth. Women who, we may fantasize about having a perfect man, but when it all comes down to a woman is, women just fall in love with just for the idea of love in the real world. Okay, let me just state, I'm gonna be quick, okay? Just like you have a fantasy of being with the perfect woman, well, I would say you said you like Latinas, right? So a beautiful Latina with long flowing hair, and she's mixed. I don't know what type of Latina you like, but she has a perfect body, perfect breasts, nice hips. Okay, so she's the ideal woman. Men, are visual. So you have this ideal woman, but you meet a woman that's from Brazil, and she could be slightly attractive, and she don't have to be what you pictured in your mind, but you could propose to her. It's the fantasy world and it's the real world. You just got to take a chance and stop going by Hollywood standards or standards. You just got to take a chance, Darnell, in life. If you get rejected, you got to keep moving on, because there's going to be women that's going to like your personality. You can't be withdrawn and held back. You just got to take those chances, because you only got one life.
Yes. Well, I mean, it wasn't about me, though. It wasn't, the original question wasn't about me. It was just.
But I'm just using you as an example, though.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And I wanted to tell Darnell, look,
Mm-hmm.
do not give somebody, DJ Torch, somebody tried to get Darnell's personal information, like his social security number, by asking him to show his documents and his personal information. It was a scammer. Please do not show your information to anybody on the internet. That's what I wanted to tell you.
No, I didn't show my social, or he wanted my DD 214.
Yeah, and that would have your birth date, your social security, and everything.
Yes, I told him no.
Thank God.
Yeah, but
this person is like a scammer. That's like scamming talk. Don't do that. Don't This is just for entertainment purposes, Darnell.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I wasn't that dumb. No, I didn't show my DD 214.
Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. You can't get laid for your information and your insight. Okay. Darnell, thank you as well.
Thank you for having me.
Hit the beat. Here we go. All right, shout out. New Diamond.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
You can get laid. Hey, lady.
It's not hard to fool me. Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Either way, I follow. No need to say.
Lady
where we are heading now, babe. I follow the edge of it all.
Why is seeking knowledge? It's a love joy.
To the edge edge of it all.
Conscious mind love.
So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Reno West.
Ooh, so tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find no better one.
Ever dream. Feisty Black Magic.
It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into.
Aaron Ridgway.
Nothing can stop me.
Lana Love.
Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow.
Fabulous.
No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
All right, everybody. Have a good night tonight.